Hi everyone, welcome to Ethernal Realms and welcome to the month ahead tarot reading. Make sure you check your sun, moon, and rising signs for a comprehensive view of the month. Additionally, I would recommend watching the astrology of the month ahead for your zodiac to get a different perspective of the month. While you will know the astrology in advance, through that video, I will also send you a reminder when the astrological events are near. All you have to do is subscribe, hit the bell, and you will be notified as the events occur. I occasionally post behind the scenes meditation guidance, quizzes, and polls, which you can check out for yourself. And it goes without saying that you will be notified when new videos are out, such as other zodiac readings and pick a card tarot readings too. If you prefer to cut down the guesswork about your month ahead, you can always connect with me via Etsy to get a personalized week-by-week month ahead reading. Enough about me, let's talk about you. Hi Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Welcome to your reading. Let's get into it and see what is July carrying for you energetically. So the first major highlight you have here is November and the gavel, involvement with the law. Okay. And this could be something starting from November that you have been involved with the law and now there can be some sort of resolution or a chapter coming to a close. Or this can be indicating that there are some legal involvements in the coming November. We'll see what that's about. We have Rose, which says romance is in the air as the second major highlight. And the third one says situations in the balance that require careful handling. And you got one extra oracle card, so I'm really curious to see what your reading is like. So we have the 10 of Swords coming up first and foremost, which says that a chapter is over, you're leaving behind the past and you're ready to embark on something new. We also have the Emperor, so this can be establishing your business, which would involve the law or like copyright stuff or, maybe you're like purchasing something major, maybe a license as well. There can be a status change too, which puts you in a higher authority level, and that might require you to kind of sign a new contract, or there's, just new deals and new agreements that you're making with others. Next, we have the 7 of Swords, which talks about that careful balance and careful handling. We have the Tower coming through. But we do have that breakthrough energy coming in this month for you because the nodes are shifting out of Taurus Scorpio axis and into Aries and Libra, which is like a major release point, and you might suddenly see that all of the manifestations that you were placing in the hands of the universe is now coming to a fruition, and all of a sudden everything is like falling in and you kind of are very surprised. But looking at your position as the Emperor is just gives me the assurance that regardless of what happens, you're like in that master stage. Even if you're surprised, you know how to cope with things. We have the Page of Cups as well, which is quite creative, quite strong at manifestation, has plenty of faith in the universe as well. Very creative spirit, okay? Open-hearted, open-minded, and we have the Magician too. So this talks about communication and skill, okay? So it looks as though you're learning. Okay, you know what? Like one image that's coming to mind is that there is some type of realization that you would like to be a master in something that you are feeling called to in your heart. But you might do this by yourself. Like I don't see you doing this in a very traditional sense. Like if you want to be a decorator, okay? You might be learning the skills by yourself instead of going to a formal education system, okay? And in that regard, there might be some other things that you have to find out about how to make yourself, official as a decorator or as a party planner or as a business person or whatever the case is, okay? The Magician involves documentation, written work, writing, and all of these things. You could be a writer or, you're publishing your books for the first time, and that can be like, okay, I gotta figure out new things now. But at the same time, it's very exciting. Business strategy is as well something I hear. Maybe some of you are very intelligent in that regard. You have that as a natural skill, or you've had that since you were a child, and you might be wanting to move in that direction if you're not already in that field. If you already are, this indicates that you are kind of learning new things and you're implementing these skills that you have to create a breakthrough in your own circumstances. And there can also be a desire to leave behind the place that you're working in, especially if you're not getting along with an authority figure. Okay, your relationship with the authority within yourself as well is coming up to the forefront. Where do you feel as though you hold yourself back? Where do you feel like your strategy is not great enough and you're making some meaningful changes? There can be some powerful realizations as well that you're making about how much time are you spending working really hard and how much time are you spending to rest, relax, and give yourself a break. Because if you only work hard and you don't give yourself time to recuperate, that flow is diminished, right? The flow, alignment, and the inspiration that you get from your surroundings can be quite diminished. So, with the Aries Libra change of the nodes, you are about to rebalance and find better ways of letting off steam and letting go of self-sabotaging tendencies or any thought patterns and relationship issues you have from the past. Okay? Especially if someone has been acting underhandedly, it is likely that you will find out in this month. Although all of the cards here indicates that you have some sort of suspicion, but it still might feel surprising in the moment. This is of course not for everyone. Take it as it resonates. Everyone's in a different situation. But yes, that is a possibility as well. But you are again in that strong position, and I keep pointing to the Emperor and saying that that's you because it's a Mars ruled card and you are Mars ruled as well. So there is that common space between the two of you. All right, then we have change maker, make waves. So of course there are some shifts and changes happening, but you are the change maker. You are the zodiac of transformation and willful changes in its highest form. So you are making some shifts in your life. We have card number 22, raw intention. Again, a very Martian card, and this talks about feeling quite purposeful and well directed, having a clear idea of where you want to be headed and what you are trying to cultivate in your life. Next, we have accept and receive, which is quite the opposite of raw intention, because this says that how much do you give and how much do you receive is coming into balance, basically. And card number 22 indicates that you might be working with someone, or you're thinking that maybe working with someone would be a good idea. We have the spark of hustle. This indicates there's a lot of hard work, and if you have been experiencing blocks in the past year and a half, this looks like the dam is about to break, and now you have the sudden flow and influx of all the good stuff that you were trying to manifest. Okay, two of these cards here are about manifestations, and as though your thoughts and your willpower are just so strong that you can move mountains. Okay, you can make drastic changes this month. It is all a limited, or rather all a factor of what you can imagine to be true for yourself. Okay, so the spark of hustle is also indicating that you're taking action, but it's very inspired action. You're in alignment with things, and I feel like you're not resisting anything. Instead, you're being very blunt, you're very honest with yourself, and you're going with the flow. You're trying to be as aware as possible, because the Seven of Swords is like on high alert, right? Alert to receive all the messages, to observe the cues, listening to intuition, believe in the gut, be quick on the reflexes, look at the surroundings and make decisions on their feet. It's very fast paced. So I think your mind is a wonderful asset this month. Your intelligence can take you quite far, and pair that with an open heart and an open mind. I mean, come on, we have magic right here. Okay, then we have the sacred flow of yes, which corresponds to Pisces or water signs, so Cancer, Pisces, and you, Scorpio. And this is talking about that artistic ability and the faith that you are having in the universe, in the unknown, and all of that is just increasing this month, and you're finding it easier and easier to surrender and go with the flow with things. And that is putting you in a very receptive space. So it's sort of like non-attachment type of situation going on here. Okay, you go ahead, you do your stuff, you put all your passion and energy into it that Scorpio symbolizes, and then you just sit back and have fun with whatever you've done. You celebrate the things you've accomplished, and you pat yourself on the back, and that's it. Then you wait for whatever is to happen. You're not trying to force anything, and you're just in charge. You're not trying to control the situation. You're not trying to put everything in its place and try to keep everything glued together. you're quite understanding that if something is not working at all, like despite your efforts, then it's just not working. It's time for a change. And you got to take charge of that before it takes charge of you, right? Regardless of, it can be an occupational thing that you decide that you're ready for a higher role and you're just not, the place you are is just not cutting it. It's not giving you that growth. You're not afraid to be honest about that and start doing the difficult work of making applications or going your own way. You're just going for that situation. And it feels as though with the Ten of Swords, you've thought about it and it's not a rash decision making. With the Tower, I'm really getting the feeling of opportunity. Generally, I'll give a very, very neutral example of what the Tower would be. But honestly, for you guys, I feel like it's an opportunity. This breakthrough is just so relieving, that you feel like you've done so good in the past, okay, that you have come so far, you've grown so much, you are so unafraid and brave to step outside of your comfort zone and try out new projects and develop on your skills and just step it up in terms of efficiency. I'm also seeing that you're trying to not work too hard but get more work done, okay? So you're not very tired at the end of the day, but it's just kind of, I don't know how you're doing that, maybe streamlining processes or hiring some people or collaborating with others. There's something you're doing here that is working really good for you. It feels much more in flow and harmony. So I think the balance is basically about that, like how much are you going to do yourself and how much are you willing to delegate or let go to the universe or to other people, okay? And also that when you're making a change, you don't want to completely eradicate each and everything that you've built. You want to first take from the situations, from the current circumstances, what is beneficial for you, right? And then you want to translate that to the new thing that you're wanting to create in your life. So that's basically that's a very, it's such a subjective topic, and everyone has their own way of interpreting the wisdom that they have gathered from, their life circumstances. I think you're going to surprise yourself. Life is going to surprise you, but I think it just opens you up more and you're just feeling really good. You seem very calm, actually. You're just going along. Nothing is stopping you. Changes are happening. You're rolling with them and you're like, okay, I'm confident. I got this. Even if you have to, let's say, make your business, register your business or like get some type of, some deals done that you have to connect with different people. You've not done all that before. Regardless, you're feeling confident about yourself and you're not trying to control the situation. So I just don't feel any fear, okay? You know how to talk, you know how to present yourself, you know what you're worth, and you're just gonna leave the rest to the rest. Very nice. Okay, so Scorpios, what else is coming through for the month of July? Come on. And the second house, so confidence, self-worth, and I think your attitude towards finances and poverty consciousness is being transformed to abundance mindsets. So there's a lot of growth and forward progress in that way, and I will not be surprised if you're getting more income as well and you're like, oh okay, so I have to find a way where I can keep this money safe, or I might invest that in my future. So what is going to be the strategy here? How much am I receiving and how much am I spending? Is it too much that I'm spending? I gotta cut back on certain habits, maybe take charge of my life. Whatever the money decisions are for you, or the decisions you need to make in order to heighten your value and self-worth, you're doing all of those things. And because Aries and Mars is here, it's going to be quite fast and proactive, and you are the one who's making these shifts. I don't see that the external world is forcing you to do anything. They will give you the opportunities, okay? But then it is up to you what you make of it and what you create out of it. Lots of passion here as well. I'm also getting that you are working out more, or more vital and active in general. So moving around a lot, or just staying busy, and that's bringing in the finances. And if you're spending on these types of things which help you work out, help you stay focused and fit and independent and things like that, then you see some significant results and you're like, okay, money well spent, time well spent. Yes. Okay, so that's what I have for you, Scorpios. Thank you so much for being here. I hope the reading resonated with you and that you enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts, and if you want a personal reading, you can reach me via Etsy. The link is in the description box and the comment below. I will see you some other time. Until then, take care. Bye.